Hi, this is Dave Schleiss coming to you from Kscope 16 in lovely downtown Chicago, Illinois. And I'm here with Jeff Smith, Product Manager of the SQL Developer product line at Oracle. Jeff, thanks for stopping by.
Thanks for having me, David.
So Jeff, as a part of your job, I know that you need to educate the users and also to help them when they have problems.
I do my best.
You do your best. And through social media outlets of one sort or another, I've gotten the hint that sometimes the people don't give you everything you need in order to help them the way they need to be helped.
The overused, funny, still Jerry Maguire line, "Help me, help you," still drives me bonkers because I mean, people will say, "Hey, it doesn't work."
It probably doesn't then.
And that's where I'm left. So we spend 7 or 8 cycles asking back and forth questions to try to figure out exactly what it is that doesn't work so I can start to help them. And I don't mind doing those extra cycles. Like you said, it is kind of my job to be that public face for the product, and I do spend a lot of time on the forums and on Stack Overflow and Twitter and Facebook and LinkedIn and Quora and gosh, there's probably 15 other places that I try to stalk. So I have the cycles, and I don't mind being nice, although sometimes I'm not so nice. But the vast majority of other volunteers that spend their spare time and aren't getting paid to help people, they're not as nice, they're not as polite, and they're not as patient. So what happens is someone new to IT, they get frustrated, they need help, they ask for help in a not nice way, and their first experience online is someone telling them to go read the manual, and maybe in a not so polite way.
And a specific type of manual.
Yeah, and it's I just hate seeing that because I can't tell the person who's saying go read the manual that they're wrong, because they're not. The person needs to go read the manual. But you know, the person asking for help could really do a lot more to improve their odds of getting the help.
So what would you suggest for someone who is having a problem and is asking for help to the internet as a whole?
I think there's a psychological component. The person in the problem says, "I'm drowning," and they assume that I immediately am in their headspace, and I can tell that they're in a swimming pool, they don't know how to swim, they can't reach anything, and I know exactly what needs to be done to go help them. I have no idea what they're doing, even with the general description of, "Jeff, I'm trying to export a table." When the tool that I support, I can think of 8 different ways one can export a table.
Right.
So they're not in the right headspace to understand that I'm not in their head. So that's the psychological component.
They might not know there's 8 ways.
Yeah, but so the technical side is they don't know enough to know what they don't know. So I don't have an easy answer other than if you're going to ask for help, don't hold back on information. Don't wait to be asked for the details.
So spill your guts up front.
Say too much. Aim for too much versus not enough. And really, so if you're watching this and you're new to the area and you think I'm being a jerk, I'm sorry for calling you out. But some helpful advice, something you can do without exposing yourself. If you're on one of those forums, search the forum and go look for someone who's had a similar problem, and look to see what they submitted in terms of, the version of the software you're using, the name of the screen that you're on. Gosh forbid, if you're having a problem with code, actually show us the code.
But I'm embarrassed about my code.
Oh, I know. So you don't want to expose your ignorance, so maybe you don't say so much, but you've already taken that big first step to actually ask for help.
Right.
And the other nice thing, there are multiple forums. So find the forum that works best for you. Twitter's very informal, but it's better for yes/no type questions, or I'll send you a link. If we're going to have an essay submitted, the online forums are great. And of course, let's not forget my Oracle support, which your organization could possibly be paying for you to use. So let's not forget those good folks at Oracle that are being paid to help you. I wish I had a silver bullet answer.
Well, I just think the advice to share more than you think you need to is a good place to start.
Yeah.
Version numbers, like you said, in pages.
In pictures, say 1 million words, literally in this case, or not literally, a lot of words. Almost every online forum has a spot where you can upload a picture.
Right.
Take a screenshot of the issue with the error. Like a lot of people tell me, hey, it doesn't work, but then they don't even tell me what the error message is.
Right.
Or what does it mean by not working? A lot
Not
of times
working
it
how
is
we expect
working,
it.
and they're just not doing what they thought they were doing. So use pictures, say more than what you're inclined to, and search through the history and look for people with similar issues and look to see what they've shared to get an idea of what you should do.
That's good advice.
Yeah.
Another thing I wanted to talk about is on your own blog site, thatjeffsmith.com, you told me that there was a problem with people. They would just ask a question on any old post.
Yeah.
Something completely different.
Yeah.
So you're following along with a stream of consciousness, as it were, and then they come out of the blue with something completely different.
Yeah.
So what is the problem with doing that?
I guess there's not a problem. It just drives me nuts. So we write a story. It's about how to partition a table, or how to design partitions in your table. And on this page, there's a wealth of information about how to partition tables, and there are a bunch of questions and back and forth. And then right at the end of the conversation, someone wants to know how to reset their password. I think what upsets me is that I have a post on how to reset your password, which tells me they haven't even used the search feature of the internet, which is called Google, or the search feature on my page. So I tried to alleviate that a little bit. I actually just put a ask me a question link. So I have a page on my site that's just nothing but people asking questions. And that's worked really well. It just kind of tickles me a little bit when someone's like completely off topic. It just tells me, well, they haven't really even tried yet.
Right.
And I think that's what upsets a lot of these seasoned, grizzled, kind of cranky, grumpy old farts like us. When you're on a forum and they're like, read the,
that kind of manual.
That special kind of manual. Because we can tell by the way you're asking the question, you've done literally nothing to help yourself.
Right.
You're that kid that's homework is due in an hour, and you're throwing out a Hail Mary, and we just, there are so many people who know how to ask good questions. I don't need to waste my time on that person.
But you do.
I try to. It's not wasting my time. At the end of the day, we help another person new to the tech space, to the technology, get going.
And that's important.
Yeah, I still just, start to lose my hair a little bit.
So on a completely different note, how's the conference going for you?
For me personally, it's been going great. I've had 3 hands-on labs that have been well attended. I've done my 3 talks. Those were well attended, and people asked questions, and they asked good questions. And what's nice is face-to-face, I can have a little fun at their expense and have some back and forth. And I learn just as much from the way they ask questions as maybe what they learn from my answers. And this is like a family reunion of sorts with the community. Even with half the attendees being first-timers, you start meeting new people and that family grows. So I'm looking forward to hanging out with those people in San Antonio next year.
Awesome. Thank you. That's us from Kscope 16. Bye now.